Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, December 1st. Tonight we'll have details on a tragic student death at Temple University.
We also have details on Penn State's involvement with Giving Tuesday, along with your weekly COVID-19 update.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Zach Gershman.
And I'm Caroline Diaz.
This past Tuesday, Penn State participated in Giving Tuesday for the 7th time. It's an event that takes place all across the globe, highlighting the importance of giving back. Scholarship support, student programs, and more are the beneficiaries of the funds donated. Penn State's SNON announced on Twitter that Johnson & Johnson partnered with them to match up to $40,000 of funds. Over 140 campaigns across the university received gifts where over $1.2 million were raised.
The Center Area Transportation Authority, also known as the CATA bus service, is experiencing unexpected service disruptions since resuming to full service. Like many other transit authorities around the nation, CATA face abnormal staff shortages due to the ongoing pandemic. Some notable CATA changes include suspending Sunday service and the Green Link. On December 7th, CATA will be holding a meeting at the Schlow Library in downtown State College, which will be open to the public. The Transportation Authority is eager to receive feedback from the Center County community to make future service decisions to accommodate its riders. CATA officials remind riders that these service cuts won't last forever. Every staff member with a commercial license is being asked to drive buses, and they are currently working to recruit more drivers.
The nation's been dealing with a public health crisis for the past 2 years. COVID-19 still plays a major part in day-to-day life, with vaccinations, positive cases, and possible exposures impacting events around the country.
PSN News brings you the latest COVID-19 stats from both Center County and the nation. Here is your weekly update.
COVID is still impacting Center County with 64 new cases as of Tuesday, November 30th. That number brings the county's total to an even 22,800. There were no new deaths in the county that were attributed to the virus. Mount Indian Medical Center also saw a slight decrease of 3 inpatients than Monday's total. They still are treating 41 people.
The new Omicron variant is currently being researched by epidemiologists as it poses a dangerous threat to the United States and the world. The new total of COVID cases in the United States rises to 48,144,799, a 2% decrease from the 7-day average. Though death rates have been steadily decreasing throughout November, the death total in the U.S. reaches 777,090 as of November 30th. That same day, the 7-day average of Americans in intensive care was over 12,000. 59.3% of the country is fully vaccinated, and as of last week, approximately 10% of Americans have received their first booster shot. The first confirmed case of the Omicron variant was detected in California this past week. Coming up next, Brendan Conroy has the latest on Penn State sports.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Brendan Conroy with your sports update. Penn State women's volleyball will be suiting up for the 2021 NCAA Championship as they were selected for the tournament this past Sunday. After finishing the regular season with a record of 20-10 and a generous 15-seed ranking, the Nittany Lions are comfortable with their competition heading into the tournament. The team has found great success in the first round of tournament play as they have gone 22-0 since the tournament expanded to 64 teams in 1998. Fortunately for Penn State, they have some experience against early opponents as they've gone 1-0 against Towson in tournament play and 3-0 against Pitt. They've never faced off against UMBC, but they are ready for the challenge. The tournament extends to December 18th for teams that make it that far. The Nittany Lions will kick off tournament play when they take on the Towson Tigers in Pittsburgh at 4 p.m. Be sure to catch all the action live on the Big Ten Network. The 2022 college football season is going to look a little different for the Penn State Nittany Lions as they now look to replace former defensive coordinator Brent Pry. The Penn State coach announced Tuesday afternoon that he will be taking his talents down south to Virginia Tech, taking over there as head coach. Pry has been with the Nittany Lions for the past 8 seasons, including the 2016 Big Ten championship team. Coach Pry has coached some great talents while at Penn State, such as Micah Parsons, Yetur Gross-Matos, and Carl Nassib. Following Penn State's superb performance on defense this season, Pry is in a great spot to lead his own squad. In his absence, the Nittany Lions will search for a replacement prior to their return to Beaver Stadium. With head coach James Franklin returning for another 10 seasons, he will have a big say in who takes over in that role. NBA superstar Stephen Curry has been absolutely electric this season and is a major factor in the Golden State Warriors' success. The Warriors sit on an 18-2 record as they lead the Western Conference. Curry has already made history, becoming the fastest player to reach 100 three-pointers made in a season after doing so in only 19 games. With his current pace, he is on track to finish the regular season north of 460 three-pointers, which would topple his record of 402 back in the 2015-2016 season. Golden State has been propelled as well by Curry's work in the paint, putting up 28.6 points per game. His contribution from the free throw line has not gone unnoticed, as well as he has put up phenomenal numbers from the paint, an average of .942. With the Phoenix Suns falling close behind in the standings, Curry will have to continue his MVP caliber season and secure his Warriors a spot in the playoffs. Following a mediocre 12-point performance from Steph Curry and a loss to the Suns last night in Phoenix, Golden State better cross their fingers that Curry stays on his game throughout the remainder of the season. That's all for sports. After the break, Gabrielle TEINER will bring you the latest in the world of entertainment.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Gabrielle TEINER with your entertainment update. Penn State Student Programming Association, also known as SPA, will be hosting singer-songwriter Yung Gravy for a free concert this Thursday at 8 p.m. The concert will be held in Alumni Hall and is currently sold out. SPA is hoping those who weren't able to grab tickets can join a standby line before the show and gain entry if capacity allows. Yung Gravy is most known for his popular hit Mr. Clean and Alley Oop from his 2019 album Sensational, which has 450 million streams. Gravy has sold out 7 tours across North America, Europe, Australia, and more. Penn State's Center Stage will present the production of William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream at the Pavilion Theater. The show illustrates a fantasy comedy about 4 Athenian lovers who go on a magical journey through the forest, guided by a fairy. The production will run through November 30th to December 9th with a variety of viewing times. Tickets are open to the public online and are available for purchase in person and over the phone at Eisenhower Auditorium from 12 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Families are turning down Travis Scott's offer to pay for burial costs for the deceased of the Astroworld Fest. Attorneys of 14-year-old John Hilgert and 27-year-old Danish Baig, who both died during the event, have said the families denied Scott's offer. According to Baig's family, attorney Scott offered to pay $7,500 in funeral burial costs, which the family rejected, saying they want Scott nowhere near their son's burial. Scott is facing multiple lawsuits as of now, and the families suing are hopeful for legislative reform so that this will never happen again. The family of deceased 9-year-old Ezra Blount have also rejected Travis's offer. Since the Astroworld tragedy occurred on November 5th, the reported injury total has increased to 10 people killed and hundreds injured. That's all for your entertainment update. After the break, interview anchor JACE Obardo will speak to Jackie Stochel, president of Penn State's Hillel. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. As the foundation for Jewish campus life, Hillel's mission is to enrich the lives of the roughly 5,000 Jewish students here at Penn State. Throughout the year, Hillel holds events to create a tighter community among the university's Jewish population. Joining me in the studio today to talk about all things Hillel is Hillel's president, Jackie Stochel. Jackie, thank you for coming in today.
Of course.
So I gave a brief overview about what Hillel is, but for those who don't know, could you elaborate a little further about what Hillel does and what they do for the Jewish community here at Penn State?
Absolutely. So Penn State Hillel is the largest and most diverse Jewish community on our campus. It brings together Jewish students at all times of the year, whether it's for ritual day of rest, what we call Shabbat, for holiday programming, or for just community outside of like ritual life experiences. We also provide Israel and Israeli cultural experiences, bring people to travel around the world. It's a really wonderful community.
That's really interesting. Not a lot of clubs do that. So
Yeah.
That's cool. So Challah for Hunger is one of the fundraising activities that Hillel does throughout the year, where students come together to bake challah bread and raise money and awareness for social justice causes. What charities do the proceeds go to, and how do these charities impact the Penn State community?
Absolutely. So Challah for Hunger, they bake breads every week, and then the bread is delicious. If you've never had challah before, you should definitely try it.
It's good.
It's so good. So they bake challah every week, and people donate to the State College Food Bank when they go to receive their challah. It's just an amazing organization. Every week, people can go and bake with the community, and then so many people, Jewish and non-Jewish, pick up every week. So.
Yeah, so one of the things that I've heard from people who are a part of Hillel is the various leadership opportunities that they get, either through becoming an ambassador. You have job, internship, and fellowship opportunities. So how are students in these leadership positions able to improve the Penn State community by reaching beyond not just Jewish students or those in Hillel?
Yeah, so there are over 90 student leaders in Penn State Hillel, so it's a large community, and there are a lot of roles, and a lot of those roles do go out into the community. We have people doing lots of work with social justice, advocacy, a lot of education on Israel and on just the Jewish identity. And so we're constantly working with and collaborating with orgs outside to do better for the community, but to also let people in and really show people what our community is about.
Yeah, and that's not something you get in a classroom, or you can't normally get in a classroom.
Exactly.
You guys really give an opportunity for students to get that. So it's now 4 days into Hanukkah, and Hillel is hosting a series of events throughout the rest of the holiday. What are some of the Hanukkah-specific events that Hillel is hosting?
Absolutely. So every night we're doing a menorah lighting, which is like a ritual that we do every night of Hanukkah, just to celebrate light, and it's just, that's what we do every night. So we're having something every night. It's kind of like something people would do with their families. We want to be their family when they're away from home. We're also doing events where we're cooking ritual Hanukkah foods like latkes, which are potato pancakes, really yummy.
I know. Challah bread.
Oh, and the challah bread. We're doing a challah bake as well tomorrow because charity is part of every Jewish holiday. And so we're doing that, and we are having games like dreidel, which we're playing, which is like a little top that you spin, and it's usually very competitive and fun, and you win chocolate when you play it. So we have people playing that throughout the week. There's just lots of stuff. And then, of course, on Friday, we pause for our ritual day of rest, Shabbat, and we're going to spend it and have a big meal and also welcome Hanukkah in. So.
And Shabbat's something you guys do every Friday, right? It's not
Yes.
just during Hanukkah.
Yeah, it's kind of like having a holiday every single week and a day to rest and pause with your friends and eat and celebrate every single Friday night.
Yeah, I walked past Old Main, I saw a giant menorah outside of it, and there was a bunch of people gathered around.
Yeah, that's our amazing like collaborators at PS Jews or Penn State Chabad. They're also a wonderful community. We love working with, there's actually 4 Jewish communities that support all Jewish students at Penn State, and Hillel loves working with them to bring that sort of community and spirit to Penn State.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today. It means a lot.
Absolutely.
For more information on Hillel, to stay updated on their latest activities, or if you would like to get involved, you can visit their website, www.pennstatehillel.org, or visit at Penn State Hillel on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll be right back.
Just a few yards away from Temple University's campus, 21-year-old Samuel Collington was shot and killed outside of his off-campus college apartment. The shooting took place at about 1:30 p.m. in an apparent attempted robbery. He was returning to campus after the Thanksgiving holiday break. Police have identified the suspect as 17-year-old Lateef Williams. He's wanted for murder and is believed to be responsible for at least 4 other carjackings. Temple University and school president Dr. Jason Wingard said that the school will have enhanced safety measures around campus, including increasing the campus safety force by 50%. Collington was set to graduate in just a few weeks with a degree in political science.
The U.S. Supreme Court will consider a case in Mississippi today that could overturn Roe v. Wade and increase abortion restrictions. Justices will consider arguments from the case Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health to prohibit abortions after 15 weeks. The U.S. Supreme Court currently consists of a conservative majority who seem to be more in favor of increasing restrictions. The 3 newest justices had been purposefully appointed by former President Trump to overturn Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court decided to hear the case after lower courts argued the abortion ban was unconstitutional, leaving legal scholars to predict that the overturn is highly likely. The decision in Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health could influence abortion restrictions in other states other than Mississippi. And that's all for tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.